like to welcome you all to the Angel Chronicles. I'm your host, Tommy Gambino. I'm a spiritual healer. I heal through prayers to the Father and the Blessed Mother and the Archangels.
Hi, I'm Lisa DiGennaro from Staten Island. I'm here as a spiritual enthusiast. The spirit world has always intrigued me, and I'll be exploring the subject matter along with you guys. Claudia?
Hi, my name is Claudia Canuto, and I'm from Montreal, Canada, and I've been a spiritual healer through prayer for over 20 years with terrific results.
Claudia, can you tell us what are angels?
Well, the broadest definition of angels is that they are messengers from God. There are many different kinds of angels, but all of them are unseen and benevolent entities that, according to tradition, are here to help us, to guide us, to protect us, to heal us. And people that have encountered angels always describe them as being beautiful, awesome, and majestic.
Okay. And Tommy, can you tell us who are some of your favorite angels?
Well, my favorite angels are Archangel Michael. He's my patron saint. He's also my guardian, and he protects me when I do my healings and my prayers, and when I intercede for people who are seeking healing. Also, the Archangel Gabriel. I call upon Gabriel. He brings me messages from the angelic world and tells me instructions on how to go about things. And then my guardian angels, of course.
And Claudia, how about you? Who are some of your favorite angels?
Well, I only have, I love all of them, but my favorite is the angel of healing, which would be the Archangel Raphael. He's the supreme healer in the realm of angelic realm. I've been dealing with him, like I said, for over 20 years. When I call him, he's not shy. He comes down right away. Actually, he comes down before I even start praying. And all I have to say is the name of the person and what their illness is, and he goes straight to the person and puts his hands or his wings over the body of the person that needs healing. Like I said, he's not a shy angel at all. He wants you to feel comfortable. There's so many different ways that he shows that he's there. He has 8 different ways and signs that he shows himself with. Yes. The first one is he has, you might see sparkles of emerald green either in flashes or in waterfalls. Second one, you might discover a message on a license plate, which would seem strange, but yes, they do write messages on license plates. Or you might encounter, number 3, Raphael's name appearing in different places, unexpected places. Number 4, he could appear physically, and he's very tall, very big. He has a green mantle, and he has golden hair, very curly or golden curly hair, and his energy is of emerald green. You also, number 5, how do you know he's around? If he's healing you, you're going to feel some tingling or some vibration around you in the area where he has just healed you. He also likes to throw books off bookshelves, which might seem strange, but he likes to throw books to indicate what his answer to you is. So if there's you're looking for an answer, a book might just happen to fall off your bookcase. There's number 7. Angels like to trumpet their presence. It's something that angels do. So that's number 7 for him. The 8th sign that you might get from Archangel Raphael is that you might hear whispering or suggestions. When you ask him a question and you need his help, perhaps when you're asleep and you wake up with a certain suggestion, he has answered your prayer.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yes.
Before we go any further, I am noticing this beautiful painting there right next to you, Claudia. Yeah. Can you tell us what that is and what it represents?
Well, angels have appeared in the Bible throughout the Bible and throughout time. And this is a perfect example of a painting with an angel. It is called Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, and it is by the very famous Danish painter called Carl Bloch. The painting was made in 1852 when Carl Bloch was born in 1834 and died in 1890. That's what he's known for, that famous painting. It is a painting also known as Agony in the Garden. Jesus went off one morning before the sun was up, and he went to his normal solitary place to pray. And there he had struggle praying and discussing with God, because he had to accept his sacrifice, and he knew that he would be arrested. So before that happened, he went to the garden to pray, and at that point, the angel who had heard his prayer came down, and Jesus collapsed in the arms of the angel who had gone there to strengthen him. So that's about it. That's what that painting means. So it's a beautiful painting.
Yes, it is.
What do you get from that painting, Tommy?
Well, just like she said, it's when the angel came down to calm Jesus, because he knew what he had to do, and he knew what he was going to be sacrificed for the sins of this world. And the angel came down to comfort him, to prepare him.
So I guess
it's quite a beautiful picture.
Yeah.
I guess that's what the show's about, angels and how they comfort us too.
So if you call them, they do hear you, and
Yes.
they do comfort you.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes. If you seek your angels, they will, like Claudia said, they will come to you. You've got to accept them, and they'll validate their presence to you. I find that they validate their presence to me, mainly by the signs. They'll put their name on a pizzeria or something like that as I'm driving by, and I'll see it and I know he's with me. But without further delay, let's get to our first guest. Our first guest is Jessika Seecharran, and she has had an encounter with an angel. Jessika?
This all started on September 30th last year, and my mom was not home yet because she was preparing an inauguration for our chapel for the day after. And how I described this angel was how he was tall. He had long, wavy brown hair, and he had a very shiny light around him, and he had very big wings, and he had white and gold colors around. And what happened was I was awakened in the middle of the night by this light, and when my stepdad got up to go to the washroom, the angel disappeared, and when my stepdad went back to his bed, the angel reappeared. And when I hid under my blanket, the angel was still there, so I ran through him to go to the washroom, hoping he would go away. And when I came out of the washroom, he was facing me, so I got scared. I ran to my bed, and when I looked up, he was gone.
Wow, Jessika. So this was, you said, about a year ago? So how old were you then?
9, 10.
Okay, so that sounds scary. Now, most kids probably have interactions, whether it's a scary dream or they see imaginary friends. But my question to you is, having a mom like Claudia who does this type of work, what was her reaction when you told her?
Well, the next day when I told her, she was surprised because she had a confirmation for the chapel from the mother, the Blessed Mother, and she was very happy when I told her this story.
Interesting. Claudia, what can you add something to that?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. I was at the chapel. We were opening it up the next morning, and I spent a lot of time and a lot of energy on that chapel, and I just wanted them to confirm that what I had done was for a purpose, that there was a reason behind it, that it wasn't just to build a chapel in the middle of the country and never have anybody come see it. And this was evening. Yes, I wasn't home because we ended up forgetting something at the chapel, so we went back. And when I got home was midnight, so I didn't notice anything. And next morning when she told me that, it was that message from, I believe, was Archangel Raphael, because that's the only one that really comes and visit all the time, was to confirm to me, Claudia, you did all that for a reason. There's nothing that happens for no reason. There's a purpose for everything that we do. So it was the most beautiful thing. She might have been afraid for what she went through, but I was ecstatic. That to me was a confirmation of everything that I went through to build it, that it was worth it. So when they confirmed it through her, so she would tell me, because she does have the gift as well.
So
she does see.
So you believe that was Raphael that came?
Oh, definitely. He's always in my house. I call him all the time.
Okay.
So,
Okay, well,
yeah.
and you said she has the gift too. So
Yeah.
she didn't just have an experience that many of us would have like once in a lifetime. You feel that she has somewhat of a gift?
She was afraid because she'd never seen him, and he's huge. He's an absolutely huge angel. So she had not expected to wake up to a huge light in her room, which is how she described it next morning. So she does see all kinds of entities, but that was her first angel experience, which is why it's good that she was able to share with all of you.
Okay, now I have to ask you, Jessika. Do you feel like you have a gift also, like your mom?
Yes.
And does it interest you to develop your ability, or do you wish it just didn't happen?
Sometimes I would get scared or nervous, but in the end, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a gift is, that's something from God, and, you know, a lot of people wish they can do it. So take charge of it, and you have a really good teacher over there.
Yes, you do. I just want to ask her a question, too.
Yeah.
As far as, like, your interaction with other children at school or even in your neighborhood, all right, do any of those children know about this experience, or do they know that you can do this?
Yes, they all know.
And because kids can be a little cruel to one another, you know.
Do you get picked on?
No.
Do they bother you? They want to know
They probably want to know stuff.
Yes.
stuff? Great.
How can she get picked on? She got a big angel protecting her.
He's 10 feet.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you develop your abilities and coming back to the show as a guest. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Actually, she's not the only one that has a gift. All my children are gifted as well. Her brother saw the angel when he was 6, but he was very small, and a lot of his memories of that time, he doesn't have memories of things that have happened in that period of time. But he saw the angel, and he was actually healed with the angel when he was 6, and that was amazing that he, you know, maybe next time we can have a testimonial from him. But so this is something, I guess, that runs in my family, or
Oh, I guess it does.
When you go to a physician and fill out forms, do they have that on there?
The physicians, I tell them, I'm only here because I'm right at the end. I'm at the most desperate point because I pray first and then I come see you.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
You put down Dr. Raphael?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Everything's free.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'd like to introduce our next guest, Christine Schiavone. Christine has her own talk show host. She's a talk show host here at CTV, and her show is Spiritual Exploration. I've had the pleasure to work on her show many times, and she has really great guests, and many of them have to do a lot with angels, angelic things, and of that sort. So, Christine, could you tell us about some of these guests that you've had, and how you felt after you interviewed them? Has anything changed for you as far as being with them?
Well, I've had quite a few guests of different experts on different spiritual subjects. I have done several shows on angels. I have done several shows on healing. I've done shows on a wide range from one end of the spectrum to the other of spiritual subjects, from witchcraft to Buddhism to all kinds of, some religious and some just spiritual subjects. I've done a lot of shows about 2012 and what to expect and all of that kind of thing. And don't worry, folks, the world's not going to end this year. So basically, yeah, I just cover a wide range of different spiritual subjects.
Okay. And anyone in particular stands out?
My shows on angels stand out quite a bit. I did enjoy all of those shows, and then there have been times too when an audience member that might have been a little sensitive, and I was doing a show about angels or something similar, and they would say, somebody at the end would say something like, "I saw somebody standing there on your show, and there was an entity," and things like that, and yeah, and then they are real and they show up.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. One of the shows I saw that you did, you were with, her last name was Silvernail. I can't think of her first name right now.
Mary Silvernail.
Mary Silvernail.
Yes, we did a show on angels, yes.
Yeah, she was terrific. And she, but she also used stones and gems and things like that.
For healing.
And the healings with each one, like, was for a different archangel or a different angel.
Yes, she also had a whole lot of angel statues, and each one had a name, and there were a lot of statues of angels that she had that I had never even heard their names, to tell you the truth.
I saw that she had Raphael, Haniel, Chamuel. She had several of them besides the archangels that most people know.
Yes, that show played recently.
Yes, that was a really good show. It really was. And
it was, absolutely.
Very informative. Have you ever read any books, like maybe by Doreen Virtue or anything like that?
No, I haven't really. I have a lot of angel books that I thumb through now and then, but I haven't had the chance to actually read through. But there are a lot of books about angels, and if somebody really needs to contact angels or wants angels for any kind of help, whether it be healing or whether it be any kind of difficulty they're experiencing in their life, there are many books that they could turn to. And if they just need consolation, there are a lot of books about people's experiences with angels, where they were healed or where they found a loved one that was missing for years, and et cetera, all kinds of things that happen in the human condition.
Yes. Now, Christine, I know you're a Reiki master, Reiki healing arts and stuff like that. Could you tell us about, I know that some people say they channel angels to do the Reiki. All right, has that ever occurred to you to do that?
Not to really channel an angel to do the Reiki, because the Reiki, angels have their own energy, their own power to heal. And Reiki is a little bit different than what the angels carry, I think, because Reiki energy, first of all, is a male energy, and it happens over time where a healing, although there have been healings that have occurred immediately with the Reiki healing, but Reiki is a pure energy that is really, it's supplied by God, so you might equate it to angels too, because angels are supplied by God. And it's a pure healing energy that we take from the universe, and we run it through ourselves and into the person who's receiving the healing. And it's not only for a person receiving a healing because they're ill, but also because, for any reason, because Reiki takes care of the spiritual, the emotional, the physical, and the mental. And it's a very intelligent energy, and when you're receiving Reiki, the energy goes to where you need it to be healed.
That's good.
I have a question for you. When you're healing someone, do you ever take on the pain?
No, Reiki's not like that. It doesn't. You don't. There are certain healing modalities where people will, they'll feel the headache or they'll feel the stomach ache or whatever's going on with the person. But Reiki's not like that, because the energy comes from the universe into the Reiki healer, and through the Reiki healer, and then out into the person being healed. And also, as I was saying, Reiki can be sent. It can be also sent. You have to have certain symbols that came out of the universe to be. Reiki can be sent anywhere in the world. If somebody in China called me up and said, "I need some Reiki energy," I could send it out, and they would receive it. And it could also be sent to a situation if a person is saying, oh, I'm going for a job interview, could you send some Reiki to the place where I'm going so that I will be viewed favorably for this interview? That's possible too.
Yes.
The only thing Reiki won't do is help you win money.
Okay.
Yeah,
People have tried it on slot machines and things like that.
So you can't go to the machine and say,
No, doesn't work.
I have a feeling angels that when psychics can't do that either.
Right.
I know
Now,
why.
do you have to be a believer, the person who you're healing?
No.
No.
All the person has to do is give you permission to use the energy, but they do not have to be a believer for it to work.
Interesting.
But I guess it would help,
It would help, yeah.
knowing that they were receiving it and believing that it's going to help them.
Yes,
will
it
make
would,
more
it would
possible.
help to a certain extent, but it's not necessary.
Now, Christine, I find that when I do healings, sometimes I do hands-on. When I do that, I find that the energy of Christ comes through me, and my hands irradiate. They get really hot as, as I'm doing
With the
healing.
Reiki, that happens too. People have asked me if I had some kind of a heating iron in my hands, and I know they're just my hands. And very often my hands will get very, very red.
Yeah. See, what I do is I place my hands under, before I even do any of that, under ice-cold water. All right, and then I place my hands together and I rub them together to get my energy circulating, and then I connect to God through prayer.
Yeah,
and then I do my
that's
hands
another
on.
kind of healing, yes.
It's it's like a Reiki, I guess.
Sure it is, sure. Well, you know, we all have healing energy inside us. We just have to be able to know how to harness it and use it.
Yes.
Okay. You have any questions for her?
No. Do you protect yourself as I protect myself
I always
before?
do. I always, and anybody can do this. And I tell people all the time, if you want protection for yourself, just imagine a white light surrounding you completely. And when you are feeling that you are in need of protection, whether it be physical protection or mental or spiritual protection of any kind, then you just sit there quietly and say, I have white light of protection around me, and then you put a bubble around yourself. And then you say, I am protected and nothing will penetrate this. And it works.
Yes, it does.
Now,
I do that myself.
I am curious about something, just being the person who doesn't practice this.
The enthusiast?
And maybe some of you are wondering it too. I know that there's evil entities out there, but if you're performing a healing on someone, how evil could that entity be if they're actually healing? I don't know, I'm just saying.
I don't understand your question. How evil?
Like, how could an evil entity, okay, I know that there's spirits out there that can be evil.
Right.
So you have to protect yourself, right?
Of course, yes.
Okay, but if they're healing somebody, how evil could they be if they're healing somebody?
Oh, you mean a person that's evil?
No,
doing
the
the healing?
spirit. If the spirit's, you're protecting yourself against evil, right?
Well, I would think
You've got-
that an evil spirit wouldn't be involved in a healing because it would not be what they would want to see.
No.
My point, exactly. So why do you have to protect yourself when you heal?
Because an evil spirit, if you're not protected, they can get through and wreak havoc in your life, actually.
Okay.
And, they can cause you to lose a job or to hurt yourself or whatever, And so protecting yourself is important because there are bad spirits around and you don't want to have to deal with them, so you protect yourself.
I protect myself when I do my healings, but that's just not to get the illness that the
Well,
person
also,
has.
though, to protect yourself generally.
Generally, that everybody should learn how to do that before
That's right.
they walk out the
That's
house
true.
every morning.
Yes,
You
and-
ask for protection. It lasts for about 4 hours. By lunchtime, it's gone.
Then you do it
redo
again.
it again. You will notice that if you go to work and there's a lot of, because it's all about energy. So you go to work and there's negativity around, the white light, the white energy will protect you against it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. So everybody should learn how to do that.
Well, there's really
Definitely.
not a lot to learn
No,
except to
it's
just
not.
call it upon yourself.
Yes.
Call it down, the white light upon yourself, put yourself in a bubble and say, nothing will penetrate, nothing
it's-
is going to get to me,
Yeah.
and I am being protected.
And it definitely works.
And also what works too, speaking of angels, very often I also try to protect other people by sending white light and a bubble around people that might need protection, and also by asking the angels, go and please protect that person. For instance, whenever my family is traveling from Ohio to come to New York, and I will send angels, and I say, please guide them in safely, let them be safe on the road, let them come in safe, let them return safely, and always be safe. And I send angels to my family in Ohio all the time.
I do the same. I do the same.
Yeah.
And you're aware that you can protect objects and
That's
energy
right,
as
you
well?
can protect anything.
But that is in red light.
A red light. I always
Yes.
put light around my house when I leave to
Yes.
protect my house from
Yeah.
harm, and my car, everything.
Christine, for objects, it's always a red energy. You have to remember that because objects don't need to breathe. Now, if you cover a human in red energy, they're not going to be able to breathe.
Wow. Yeah.
So you have to remember the difference. You can protect your vehicles, you can protect your house. In red, you can protect your pets and your neighbors and your children and everybody that is traveling or in the house in white.
Anything that has a
And they
soul,
don't
you
even
might
have
say,
to know
right?
about it. Christine, they don't even have to know about it, but you're
Right.
doing, that's the best part. You could just ask for everybody to
Yeah,
be
they don't have to
protected.
know about it.
No.
I mean, you're doing a good thing. It's not like you're doing anything bad.
Definitely.
Okay.
Right.
And now, is there another question? Is there a certain religion or any type of religion? Is this universal, pretty much? It
You mean
doesn't matter.
definitely?
Angels?
Yeah.
Every single religion that exists believes in angels.
Yeah.
They may have different names for them. They may have them doing different kinds of things, but every single religion believes in angels. And another thing, when you see 3 ones, like, if you look at the clock and it says it's
I
1:11.
always see that. Always.
3 ones means there are angels about.
The only thing, Christine, is that Archangel Raphael, which is my favorite, he doesn't appear in any of the Hebrew scriptures.
Ah.
The first time he shows up is in the book of Tobias. And in that book, his name is God has healed. That's what Raphael
That's what
means.
Raphael
God
means,
has
yes.
healed. Yes.
God has healed. So I'm sure that Hebrews, or it doesn't matter what religion they believe, but it didn't show up in their scriptures.
As I said, they might have different angels,
Yes,
different
definitely.
names for them or whatever, but every
Yeah.
religion believes that in angels as entities.
Definitely, definitely.
Well,
thank you.
I want to know now, who's your favorite angel?
Well, I like Saint Michael the Archangel. He's one of my protectors, and so I even have a picture of him by my bedside. And Raphael for healing, and Ariel is for love, and Gabriel. All the four top archangels, they're great.
Okay, now, you use the phrase, and Tom used the phrase. What is that when you say that's your main angel, your protector? What does that mean?
Well, it means that we've accepted Michael as our protector, and Michael is strong with us.
Right, and Michael, or any angel, is what they call omnipresent, which means that he can be with everybody at the same time. He can be protecting you. You can be on one side of the island and I'm on the other, and Michael's protecting me over here and you over there.
He's omnipresent.
Omnipresent, that's what it's called.
Okay, now, and somebody such as myself, maybe who doesn't know what angel would be my protectant, how, any of you have an idea how I would know?
Pick
which
one. Pick
You
one.
just choose one.
Choose one and say, would you please protect me?
So you choose it, it doesn't choose you.
Well,
Is
you
that
accept
Well,
it?
they
You
do too.
accept
They
them into
choose
your
you
life.
also.
You have
Okay.
to accept the archangels, and you have your guardian angels, but you have to accept the archangels, and then they will help you.